Hi, it's Gadget UK here again. Quick look here at the Neo Pocket SD card from Saint over at Retro HQ. Now, I'll post some links down below to some of his previous videos there, you know, sort of work in progress videos and things from, you know, as he's developed this, so, you know, some interesting videos there to check out. If you're not aware, Saint from Retro HQ, he created the Atari Lynx SD flash card that you might have seen in a previous video, or you might already be aware of. That was you know, a great accomplishment as well. The only thing that was lacking, I think, was the long file name support. On this cart, he's managed to build in sort of a long file name support, so you can actually, you know, scroll through the file name just to be sure of which ROM you're actually loaded. So throughout this video you're going to see me using a cotton bud here just to press the option button. My option button's a bit dirty, but you'll see if I press the option button it's toggled between the two tabs. You've got two tabs, one that says flash, sorry my fingers balloon things out here, one that says SD card. So I've got a micro SD card in there at the moment. It's 2 gig, which is sufficient for holding the entire library. In fact, it's probably not even filled half a gig, actually, the whole lot. And you can see there's a few things here. You know, the size is shown on the left here. We're looking at the micro SD card at the moment, so these are all the files I've got in the root of my micro SD. So you can see the different sizes: 2 meg, 1 meg. Some of them are 4 meg, some of them are half a meg. You can use the D-pad to navigate the menu here. So we go up and down. As you go down, it will scroll down. You can also hold down the B button. And you can see the menu change at the bottom there. So you've got page up, page down. So if I press down, it'll go down a page. Takes a second because obviously it's this time involved in reading from the micro SD there. So we can page down a few pages and select a game. Let's load Last Blade actually. So if I scroll up to that and then just hit A. Now what that's doing now is programming that onto the flash ROM. Now the flash ROM, I'm not sure what size is used. I think it'll accommodate 15 games depending on the size of the games you choose. So if you chose, say, I don't know, a 4 meg game, that's probably going to use 4 slots possibly. It might not do, maybe 2 slots, depends how he's done it. I'm not sure how large the chip is, but I mean, this is a good test. We'll see. This is a 2 meg one, so we'll just wait for that to complete and we'll just see how many slots it says we have left. So it does take a minute or two to program, you know, a 2 meg game, or slightly longer for a 4 meg game. But once that's on the flash, you know, on the flash ROM, if I just press the option button, you can see it appears in your list. And if I switch it off and on, skip the intro there from the Neo Pocket. You'll see that it's there, it's in the list. So if we select the Last Blade, just press A to start, you get just a second or two while it just initialises some stuff, I think. I'm not sure whether it's initialising the save support or the addressing of the ROM or something at that point, but yeah, you only get a small delay, a second or two. In some games actually it's next to nothing, it's a quarter of a second-ish. And as you can see, that's working fine. Absolutely sweet. So I just noticed the lines look really weird on this capture. It's got like a flickering interlace thing going on, but to the eye that's not happening. But anyway, yeah, so if we switch it off and on again, just to get back to the menu. Skip the intro again. Yeah, so this has really exceeded expectations, really. And you can see at the top there it says 11 free, so I'm just curious why it says 11/11 free. So in theory I think you could fit 11 more games on there. Let's just select a smaller one. Let's just go back to the options. Now I've spent a few days testing this actually. So far I've not found any problems at all, other than a minor problem with the date and time settings being lost when you select a certain game, but that could be related to my Neo Pocket. It really is just a case of you boot the game. If it happens, it just says, you know, set your time and date, you do that and then it's okay. So I'm not sure, it could be a problem with my Neo Geo Pocket, because it had, you know, this has had a repair. It's been had a lot of corrosion. It's been reflowed considerably. So if we just go down a page, let's just find a game. Let's look for something that's half a meg. Let's do that Delta Warp. I think that's a black and white one. Hit A. I'll put the time up for this load in a minute actually, because you know you can multiply that based on the time for half a meg. You know, if you selected 1 meg, it's going to be twice as much. 2 meg is going to be 4 times the time. But that's only just to, like I said, this is just the time involved sticking onto the flash. And the way it's got full save game support as well. It was Saint that pointed out, I wasn't aware, but the original games on the Neo Geo Pocket, they use flash ROM, so the save is actually stored within a sector on the game ROM, if you like, which is a bit worrying really on the original car. So can't help but wonder if the other areas of that car are protected. Maybe you can only write to a certain sector or something, I don't know. Yeah, he's replicated that the same, so you can set, you've got your save game support as well. I think the only thing it doesn't do at the moment is if you were to delete a game from your flash ROM and then put another game on and then put your original game back on, it doesn't store your save game. But I think he's looking at doing a mod for that, so that might be something that transpires in future. I'm not that bothered, to be honest, because I think typically if you're going to play a game and invest any time on it where you need to use the saves, you're going to keep it on the flash ROM anyway and swap out some of the games where you're not using save games and things. But it's going back to exceeding expectations. Let's say you can scroll across, use the right on the stick, then you can see the full file name. So it's got long file name support as well, which is really nice. So you can be sure exactly which ROM you're looking at. Is it a demo? Is it European? Is it Japanese? Etc. So it's really nice. And if you hold down B, you can go down a page at a time. Let's load Metal Slug 2. Let's just check that's not the demo. That's the demo. There you go. That's the benefits of long file name support. So it does take quite a while to program a 4 meg ROM. I mean, you're only taking a few minutes, a couple of minutes. But you've got to remember that typically, once you put it on the flash ROM, that's where you're going to be playing it from. So it really isn't a big deal. This is, like I say, kind of a hybrid. It's kind of like a cross between what Saint did for the links, combined with what the Neo SD team did with the MVS and AES Neo SD, using the flash ROM. But he's made this multi-slot capable, effectively, which is best of both worlds, really. It's a bit easier to do on something small like this because the ROMs are much smaller. It would have been really difficult to do something like that on the Neo SD with the AES and MVS. The ROMs are much larger. But yeah, so that's Metal Slug 2's on there now. Just hit the option button. You can see it's there. Hit A. You get a few seconds delay there while it initialises a few things, I think, and it should boot up pretty quick. Yeah, sometimes on mine I'm getting this at the moment where it pops up with the date time, but it's only when I first boot a game that I've not played before, which is a bit odd. I've mentioned it to Saint and he's going to have a look at it. I don't think it's a big problem, to be honest, because you can just skip past that and then it won't ask me next time I boot this game. It's a little bit odd. That could just be the battery on this, I'm not sure. Maybe the battery's on its way out. But yeah, that's working fine. Yep, samples and all. So there's a lot of background noise at the moment. Start that. As you can see, that's working fine. Sweet. Yeah, I've noticed there's some weird flickering going on the capture here. I don't see it to the eye, but the camera's just getting like little lines flickering, like some interlacing or something going on. It's a bit weird. But to the eye, yeah, I'm not seeing that at all. That's just normal. I think the way that the screen's captured by the camcorder. It could be the angle that the camera's filming from. But yeah, that's working fine. Let's go back to the menu. And when you finish with the game and you want to free up that slot for something else, you can simply just hold down the B button, and it gives you the options at the bottom there. So page up, page down, but more importantly, left to delete, I think it is. So if we hit left, delete game, A yes, B no. So choose yes, and there you go. It's free. It's gone from the list. It's updated the list at the top, the space at the top there. So we can fit some more games on there. So yeah, I'm very, very impressed actually. It's he's done a really good job of the menu. There's not much RAM in these systems. It's something like 8K, I think it is. So I mean, that's one of the reasons why when you do the page down, it takes a while to load in. You can't cache the entire list there in RAM. There's just not enough space physically in the device. The way these Neo Geo Pockets have been developed. So taking those things into account, I think he's done a wonderful job on the interface, getting all of this functionality in there, being able to scroll across and look at the full file names and stuff. Yeah, I need to clean my option button because I should just be able to just press that lightly and that should work, but yeah, I'm having to use a cotton bud at the moment just to shove that in and out. But yeah, very, very impressed. Let's just start that. As you can see, it's less than 3 seconds there, the actual launch time, so that's really good. And we're straight in. Fantastic. So yeah, this is an ideal solution really if you can't afford some of the games for the Neo Geo Pocket Color, because some of them are very, very pricey actually. I like that Fazeli or whatever it's called. It's just ridiculous, the cost of that game, and some of the others are really hard to find. So it's a really nice solution that's been able to fit them all in one place. So if I zoom out here, sorry, you can see I've been supporting this up at a slight angle. Switch it off and on, and we'll just take the card out, and you can have a quick look, or cart I should say. So slide it out. He's done a really nice job on this. I think again he's 3D printed these shells, and you can see it's got a similar sort of appearance to the Lynx ones, but the plastic is much more glossy. It's like he's used a different type of plastic or something. Really nice label there, Neo Geo Pocket SD. I love that sticker. It's really nice. And your micro SD just goes on the top here, and like I say, I've got a 2 gig, managed to fit everything on there, and I'm sure there's probably a ton of space for homebrew and stuff. Got a few bits of dust and stuff on this, but yeah, very, very impressed. He's excelled expectations, I think, really, with this, because like I say, if you see my previous videos there, or you were aware of the Atari Lynx flash cart that Saint created, that was very impressive. This has just cranked it up a notch for the Neo Geo Pocket, and I think it's a bit harder to work with. The hardware on here is, in some ways, is harder to use than the Lynx. So the fact that he's built the menu on there himself, got it all working and stuff, and it looks great. It's easy to use. He's got lots of nice features, like the full length of the file name. You can scroll through to see the file name. Yeah, I'm very impressed. So if you want one of these, head over to his website and get your name on the pre-order list. I think you just register your email address and he'll send you an email when he's ready for payment. Yeah, get your name on that list straight away. Yeah, very, very impressed. Thanks a lot for sending this, James, and for creating it for the community and stuff. It's superb. Very much appreciated. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.